For those who haven't heard of Indigo children, the concept originated in the 1970s when groups of people of all ages were brought together with a single goal: to awaken humanity. An Indigo child is someone who was gifted into this world, and their destiny is to make great changes and spiritually awaken humanity. These children are usually free thinkers with an exceptional insight into human nature and the ability to see things clearly. Indigo children are old souls that have a tough time fitting in and often end up involuntarily medicated, rejected by society, and completely misunderstood. It is also believed that Indigo children have the ability to see visions or communicate with spirit guides. If you believe that you were brought into this world with a purpose, stick around to find out whether you share traits with an Indigo child or not. But before we get to these signs, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. The primary role of an Indigo child. From a very young age, an Indigo child focuses on exposing the truth and deception around them. They are somehow able to see through people's half-truths, and this makes them seem headstrong, inquisitive, and sometimes even unpleasant children. Both children and adult Indigos can't help but see through falsehood and expose it. They have a strong desire to reveal the truth, and it's often said that it's written into their DNA. However, there are those who criticize the concept of the Indigo child, saying that parents can misuse it in order to make their children look special. Others say that even the signs that show whether a child is an Indigo or not are so vague that they can apply to practically any child. On the other hand, it is true that any label can be misused, and that includes the label of an Indigo child. But signs of an Indigo child are quite specific and can't really be applied to everyone. Indigo children are obsessed with revealing the truth, which is not something you could say for everyone out there. Misdiagnosed Indigo children. Since the 1970s, it has become clear that Indigo children are often misdiagnosed with behavioral disorders such as ADD and ADHD, mostly due to their free-thinking nature. Indigo children are often misunderstood and sometimes even feared, which is why they become victims of medical treatments at a very young age. They are given medications such as Adderall and Ritalin that usually numb the Indigo child and inhibit them from developing their intuitive capacities. So, do you believe you are an Indigo child? Do you think your children or grandchildren are Indigos? Below are 16 authentic traits that reveal the truth, and if you possess more than half of them, then you might just be an Indigo child. Your will is strong. You're a passionate individual who cares about their dreams and life goals, and you will do whatever it takes to accomplish them. And even if others criticize you or refuse to support you in your beliefs, you will keep going no matter what. You are an old soul. Do you have a strong feeling that this is not your first life, as if you hold wisdom that your peers do not? You spent your childhood behaving like an old and wise person, and your adulthood was focused on a deeply spiritual and philosophical view of life. You're a free thinker. Questioning represents who you are. There is no idea or belief that you're not willing to reject. You don't want to blindly follow the crowd when you can think for yourself and form opinions based on your beliefs. You're a nonconformist. You spent your childhood being told that you're disobedient, naughty, and even obnoxious. Now that you're an adult, you still don't want to be boxed with or controlled by others. You focus your life on forging your own path and finding the truth on your own. You're a passionate truth seeker. Your life is a journey with a clear purpose: to discover the truth. Distinguishing truth and reality from lies and deception is your primary importance, and the ability to tell if someone is lying to you helps weed out those who are not worthy of your time. And though the truth hurts, you cherish it more than anything else, and you would rather suffer from it than spend your life being misled with lies. You're perceptive and intelligent. Most people don't perceive the true condition of humanity the way Indigo children do. Your unique abilities help you discover the truth and help guide humanity into better times. You're highly intuitive. Due to your keen perception, you have the ability to use your intuition and deduce the best course of action. You're also able to see through the things that people want to keep secret or hidden from the rest of the world. You want to change the world. There is a driving force in you, a force so strong that it can create a positive change on our planet. From the moment you realize you're an Indigo child, you know that your destiny will change or destroy paradigms. You're empathetic and compassionate. There is so much violence, destruction, and cruelty in this world that you feel sorrow and anger every time you learn about it. You carry so much love for our planet and people that it literally hurts you when you can't do anything to help. Your empathy and compassion also mean that you struggle with depression and anxiety. You're a natural-born leader. Whatever you did in life, you always ended up being a leader. Working in teams or for others comes hard to you because you function better on your own. You also have a hard time obeying authority, especially if that authority is outdated, illogical, or corrupt, which is quite common nowadays. As a leader, you can be better and wiser than the rest. You can offer healthier ways of living, which makes you an exceptional spiritual leader as well. You're an idealist. Your life is full of high expectations. Not only do you expect a lot from yourself, you expect a lot from others as well. Idealism is a positive trait to a certain degree, but the more you idealize things, the more you become overly critical or even too demanding. Nevertheless, if it weren't for your idealism, you wouldn't strive for the highest and try your best to save our planet and humanity. You have a strong connection with nature. Indigo children have a specific connection with the natural world. If you're an Indigo child, then you know that being near nature is when you feel most at home. You have an autonomous personality. You're a free spirit, and free spirits don't like to be held down by anything, or anyone for that matter. You prefer to spend time on your own, and you don't like being in large groups of people. You enjoy your solitude and the clarity it brings to you. You often struggle with boredom. Your inquisitive mind sometimes struggles with the routine and everyday conventional structures, and that's why you get bored easily. This is why most Indigo children are misdiagnosed with ADD or ADHD. You tend to experience existential angst. Indigo children are prone to anxiety and depression, but existential anxiety and depression go far beyond that. They are more concerned about life itself than their own lives, which is why Indigo children often ask questions such as, why was I born? Why is there injustice? What is the meaning of life? Or why do we suffer? A child shouldn't be bothered with such philosophical questions, but that is the reason why Indigo children lose interest in all the meaningless pursuits the rest of humanity burdens itself with, and instead focus on what matters most: to be a light bearer, path forger, and paradigm shifter.